That's the unbelievable story.
Terry Oglesby, Larry Scarrato, and Joe Lindsay are the officials here tonight in Game 2. Rocket Watts back door, and a quick bucket for Cassius Winston.
Really nice play without the basketball. He's got such a high basketball IQ, Winston, as they said at the top of the show.
Khalil Whitney, number 2, one of the freshmen for Kentucky. And keep an eye on the guy with the ball right now, Emmanuel Quickly, probably the most improved player coming back for the Wildcats.
Well, I think he'd be like P.J. Washington, who came back the second year and benefited from it, now starting with Charlotte.
Quickly forces it up, and he
said so well, Dan, the fact that he's improved so much in their workouts. They say he's a different player than last year.
Winston, preseason first-team All-American. Some feel a National Player of the Year candidate if he has the kind of year that he had last year. And they might not need him to do as much offensively, to shoot as often this year as he did last year. Should have a little bit more help. Remember all the injuries they had last year. Tillman, a stress reaction in his foot, shut him down last year. Eventually he had surgery, and it just has not responded. And he is shut down again, and they'll reevaluate in January.
Yeah, they're hoping to get him back for the stretch.
Rocket Watts, the freshman, already an assist in this game, misses the 3.
For a guy like Winston, you got to be able to play him really tough, so it opens up the lanes.
Xavier Tillman, nice patience, and he lays it in with a left hand.
Terrific move around the box inside. They say he's improved his footwork, and there's a demonstration of it right there in the low post.
And a nice look inside. E.J. Montgomery will lay it in for Kentucky. He's a really important guy for the Cats because they are thin up front. Baseline floater won't go down.
If Kentucky's going to...
We've got E.J. Montgomery, Nick Richards, and the grad transfer we mentioned, Nate Sestina from Bucknell. And those 3 guys figuring to alternate at the 2 big spots, although they can go small, play small ball 4.
Well, they got some wings that can really play. We're going to see him here tonight. Whitney and Keon Brooks.
This is Whitney with the ball right now, guarded by Rocket Watts, a couple of very talented freshmen. Hagans with 3 on the clock. Floater, yes, and a play for Hagans to extend the lead for Kentucky. Well, Hagans going to be in the grill of Winston all night long. Good ball screen there by Tillman. And Tillman is going to physically battle you. Nick Richards is taller, but he's got his hands full with Tillman doing a good job, and he forced a turnover. Khalil Whitney off balance, draws.
That's what players say to me, if you don't yell at me, it means you don't like me.
I guess you like me then.
I love you.
Gabe Brown comes into the game for Henry. Look at that pass from Winston to Watts. Mark is his given name, but he's quick. His dad had the nickname Rocket as well. Winston misses the 3, long rebound. Quickly's got it. So we got a Rocket on one side and a Quickly on the other.
And they are quick on the perimeter, Kentucky, I'll tell you that.
Hagans keeping the dribble alive, pulls up for the jumper. How about the confidence for Hagans so far?
Tell you what, he makes that jump shot. Wow. Big Blue Nation loves that. Boy, you talk about passionate fans. Unbelievable.
And what a start for the Cats, up by 7 in the early going.
Hey, a little different than last year in the Champions Classic. They were blown out by Duke.
For more offense for their teams this year.
And their teams need their offense as well on the perimeter.
Quickly kept the foot down.
Oh, what a great look.
Richards can't finish, and Tillman's got it.
Well, Richards got to go stronger with the basketball in there. He made a great dish. Hagans got him the ball at the right place.
Kithier to Brown in the corner, and Gabe Brown knocks down the 3.
That's his expertise, shooting threes. He's a guy that wants to shoot the 3 ball. Had some good moments last year in the tournament.
6'7" wing, took 59 shots last year. 43 of them were beyond the arc.
Well, I got something right.
Hagans trying to get away from Kithier. And twisted his ankle a couple of weeks ago in a close scrimmage that Michigan State had with Gonzaga. Didn't play in their second exhibition game, but getting some run here tonight.
He can make shots, too. He's one of the kids that can really make shots from the perimeter for Michigan State. But really, who else is a really, you could say, an automatic guy? Put the ball in his hands, he can shoot it. They got a kid on the bench they think could be that guy, Juzang.
Yeah, Johnny Juzang they think can shoot. Oh.
This is November, man. A lot of these kids just not familiar with each other, the timing.
Winston with a floater.
Just came to the sideline. They put the same thing right around his back. so it shouldn't be too big of an issue.
I'll tell you one thing, Holly, you are one of the hardest working people in the business, football and basketball.
Absolutely.
I want to be her agent. She deserves a hell of a lot more than she's making.
And she's so excited. Her 2 sports come.
Well, Winston better score with Hagans out of the lineup.
Brown, 1 for 2, make it 2 for 3.
Hagans back on the floor now, yeah? But then Brown, he can shoot the ball. He's a guy that can make shots. And when you can make shots, it hides a lot of the liabilities one possesses.
Michigan State seems set at the point, obviously, with Winston. On the wing, you would think, with Henry. And in the middle, on the college hoops calendar, and they'll host Duke December the 3rd.
Well, that game is up in Michigan State?
Yes. Nick Richards, now a junior. And
Player for them.
John Calipari tried to recruit one more big.
Oh, wow.
Son of the Fonz. Son of LaFonso.
Wow, LaFonso's son.
Yeah.
LaFonso was some kind of player at the Golden Dome.
Hagans.
The Duke and Kentucky's had a lottery selection 12 straight years, and this year it doesn't look like there'll be one. But I remember you and I did some of the games. Nice backdoor cut. Good defensive play. Shea Gilgeous Alexander. He came off the bench.
Yep.
He came off the bench and became a lottery selection. So it's too early to determine that.
4 spot. Tillman is really the guy in the middle. And Tillman got a chance to play a lot when Nick Ward went out with an injury last year. Just kind of, took his game to another level, showed everybody what he had. Boy, good ball pressure by Kentucky. Tillman kept the foot down.
But one thing, they're moving their feet defensively, the Kentucky kids.
Deep one for Cassius Winston, no, and running it down is Bingham.
They've done a great job negating the scoring ability of Winston.
Both teams really kind of disjointed offensively so far here tonight. There's an air ball from the military. Thank them for their service. Give them a chance to see some great basketball.
That's where you and Jay are heading out there.
We're heading to Anchorage tomorrow morning, my man.
Wow.
You're going to Sarasota. 9 minutes in and a 16-11 game. A total of 16 fouls committed in the first 9 minutes of the game.
Unbelievable.
Hagans can't shake Winston.
You got to score. You got to score right there.
Montgomery left it a little bit short.
Should have spun and went off the other shoulder.
Winston stops on a dime and buries the 3.
What makes him special, he has ability to go anywhere he wants on the floor when he wants to get there. He doesn't beat you with that great quickness and that athletic ability, but he has an incredible understanding of the game. Very smart, very cerebral.
And has worked on his body year by year, a little bit fitter every single year. Winston would agree wholeheartedly with that.
He was one of my favorite players. Somebody asked me, who would you like to coach? If you had to pick one player, it would have been Irvin, because he played with such passion, such desire, such the will to win.
Did you try to recruit him to Detroit?
I tried, I failed.
Well, 3 not there for Brooks. Quickly now on Winston on this trip, gets some help. Bingham really an outside shooter, 6'11" guy, but comfortable on the perimeter. Goes inside for the lob.
Look at that play he just made right there, Winston. He created that whole opportunity. Changing direction, a great feel for the ball, understanding where people are on the floor, and great vision to make that pass.
He's just the consummate point guard, right? The leader out there.
Absolutely. Yeah. Leader, winner, tenacious.
Maxey, look at this burst of speed. Up and in.
Star. S-T-A-R. I can even spell that. He's going to be a star for Big Blue Nation.
Yeah, a lot of people thinking that he is destined to be the leading scorer on this team this year. Sestina helping out on Winston. Forced it up, and it'll go.
See where he gets? He gets where he wants to get, Dan. He just has that unique ability. Understanding where lanes are.
Now the pace picking up. Both teams starting to settle in offensively. Maxey got the switch. Pass deflected. Look at the pass. 41 years?
And 19 more to go. I want to hit 60 years up courtside.
Foster Lawyer is into the game now for Michigan State for the first time. Sophomore who was a big-time scorer in high school. And he's coming to his sophomore year bigger and stronger, up about 15 pounds, trying to adjust to the speed and the physicality of the college game. Oh, nice little move there. Tillman.
For as much as he wants, when he wants. I mean, he's a legend there now. He's become an icon. There are many people that can handle the pressure of coaching at Kentucky. He can.
Montgomery spins and then kicks it back out. Hagans back to Montgomery. And around and out. Well, Montgomery might have had a better look inside. He's a good jump shooter, but had a decent look inside. Decided to kick it out. Look at this cut by Arns, but the pass is taken away. Kentucky in transition. Montgomery.
Ran the court really well right there, Montgomery. Did a great job getting out in the lane in transition. This Kentucky team's been able to run this year. Really get out.
He may be the X factor for this team if they can get big quality minutes out of him in the front court. Brown from the corner.
I agree with you. I think that he and Richards have to give him positive minutes on the inside. You need some interior play.
Hagans trying to get away from Winston. Floats it up, no good. Gets it back.
See, that was a little example of last year. Attack, get in, but not be able to convert. They got blown out. We talked about it. Duke beat them like 34. It could have been 50. Put 118 on the board against them. Yet Kentucky went all the way down. It took an unbelievable effort by Auburn to beat them to go to the Final Four. Don't get out. Bruce Burrell's club again down at Auburn. They got some good talent, and he gets the most out of his people.
And that's after Kentucky had beaten Auburn a couple of times during the regular season. Quick pull-up. Winston left it a little bit short. Great rebound by Marble.
Something that's a way of life in the NBA.
Yes. It's one of the points of emphasis. There have been some rule changes as well, and they continue in terms of points of emphasis. They want to make the game flow a little bit more. Less contact, more freedom of movement. A lot of contact there at the initial move by Sestina.
Yeah,
eventually he drops it in.
That initial move, you wonder why the whistle and blow. Tom was looking right at it, didn't say much. Sestina showed him he could post. Everybody.
Players, 5 on the Michigan State, 3 on Kentucky. Each have 2 fouls. So the depth of both teams may be tested here tonight.
Well, you know, the rhythm isn't there offensively, the efficiency in both games here thus far. But it's so early in the year, and I think right now the defense is ahead of the offense. There's no doubt about it. The contact, the way they play defensively, pressure the ball. This guy wants to
doing
score.
A good job keeping them in front of them. Quickly has to force it up, and it goes down with a shot clock running out.
Wow.
Sometimes you just got to make a play, and he made a play. The ball screens by Hall to try to free up Winston. Hall, left hand, no good. And here comes Maxey. 42-inch vertical leap, all kinds of speed and athleticism.
I tell you, Maxey and Quickly are going to really excite people.
Hagans, what a great block out by Hall.
You beat me to it. I was going to tell you that. What a tremendous block out. Star and Warren. Warren's an All-American.
And if people are saying Louisville and Miami, what's Dick be talking about? An ACC? Well, yes, the ACC has gone to 20 games this year.
The network, too, came into existence.
The ACC network has come in. So every ACC team but Duke, which played here, is going to play a conference game tonight or tomorrow. For example, on the ACC network tomorrow night, the defending national champs, Virginia, they'll be up at the Carrier Dome in Syracuse.
Well, what about Notre Dame? Hooking up at North Carolina. See the debut of Cole Anthony? He's for real.
Brown with a line drive jumper that's short. Inside 2 minutes to go. Here in a first half that has lacked offensive fluidity on both sides.
Don't use words like that because that's too many syllables, okay? Couldn't you say fluid? You got fluidity. Showing your intelligence, that IQ you possess. Oh, wow. Tom Izzo wasn't happy with that shot by Brown. Look at him get in the lane again. See,
And Lawyer at the point again with Winston on the bench right now for Michigan State.
I think this is going to be a special Kentucky team no matter what happens here tonight. I really do. I think a special Kentucky team.
Arns off a screen, missed a 15-footer, ball still loose, and Brooks hits the deck and comes away with it for Kentucky. Maxey.
He ran to the three-point line. Should have attacked the rim for a layup.
Ooh, too high of a lob from Hall to Brown.
They got so many components. He told me before the game, he said, you know, playing time sometimes becomes a little issue. And people want to play, but it's very tough. I tell them if you play and you perform on the floor, you're going to stay on the floor.
Hagans back on Lawyer, and Lawyer just...
representing the school with great pride and passion.
Shot clock off.
Be a great player, no question.
Winston back into the game for the final seconds of the first half. And
That decision because of what happened in California and all over.
Maxey gets it off, can hit, and Michigan State with the first possession. Two-man game, Winston and Tillman. But again, Kentucky recovering very quickly. Nothing easy for Michigan State.
They really are moving well as a team. Remember, good team defense is communication and guys helping one another. That was one heck of a drive right there.
It is Winston or nothing offensively right now for Michigan State. He's got 14 of their 26.
That's about 55% of the points.
Thomas Kithier back in there starting the second half. He picked up two very quick fouls. So did Aaron Henry. Both of them were non-factors in the first half for the Spartans. Quickly in Hagans again in the backcourt. Hagans, great burst of speed, too strong though.
And that layup there right now is like an automatic. He beats the guy with the first step, go to the lane, come up to empty.
Richards and Sestina starting in the front court for Kentucky in the second half. Montgomery started the game, not Richards. Boy, Winston's like he's got the ball on a string there.
He really can handle. He's got great ball handling skills.
Tillman starting from beyond the three-point line, doesn't get a shot off.
Oh, funny players.
Michigan State preseason #1, Kentucky preseason at #2.
You know, we may have a situation where these four elite teams, 1 through 4, may not hit 70 for the night, either team.
Kind of crazy if you think about it.
Absolutely.
And a Kentucky turnover. Here comes Winston. Ahead to Henry. Nice job avoiding the defender and laying it in.
Well, I got to get Henry going. Henry's got great scoring ability. Tom feels he can be an NBA player. Got in foul trouble early, sat in the pine. They need him to...
As he would go out onto the court and take shots. This is a kid who has never given up despite how difficult things got. And he has a mission. He wants to get to the NBA and make things easier on his family. I mean, my heart's just so full of joy right now to see Andrew Jones achieving that after all he's been through.
That's great stuff, Holly. Thank you. And tough as nails describes Holly Rowe, too, right there.
Yep. Absolutely. What she went through is incredible.
Henry to Kithier with the answer to the other end to make it a 6-point game again.
Well, seeing a little offense the last two possessions. One by Kentucky down in the post, and then two-man play up the other end.
Richards can't get the shot off. Now will turn around and a long jump hook won't go. And Kithier much more involved in making his presence felt here early in the second half for the Spartans.
Getting used to it.
And how about the Spartans slapping the floor on defense here, getting feisty now, Dickie V.
Well, the crowd really rose, the Spartan fans. One in particular behind the bench, Mark Pentecost, who built their practice facilities. He and his wife, Cindy, very generous people.
Hagans, little stop and go, can't finish. Michigan State can inch closer.
Well, there's a little bounce to their step right now, Michigan State. You can feel it. You know, I think Henry and Tillman are so important to this team.
Nearly stolen away by Hagans. What a pest he is. Winston just keeps on.
Radio, and I'm not just telling you because you're my buddy. You were terrific.
Thank you.
You were terrific.
Thank you. Chris Singleton and I had a great time. It was a cool story. And to come back on the road and win games 6 and 7.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when they started 19 and 31 this year.
Yep.
Incredible story.
Winston can't get it over the rim. Maxey misses the three, and a good rebound by Henry.
Henry's, you know, shows some of his ability here. Oh, look at this, wide open, wide open. Nobody back on defense, lack of communication. John Calipari not happy with that. Poor job by the defensive transition by Kentucky.
Good look here, deep one for Maxey, and he'll knock it down. His second deep three of the game.
Tell you one thing, you see a little bit swag about him, so much confidence, you can just feel it.
Oh, and Johnson, those are four really good players.
Well, Hero's doing a great job at Miami.
Hagans to Nick Richards.
Nice transition basket run.
They're hoping that this is the year that he finally reaches all that potential that he's got.
He's only practiced the last few days. He's been out with an injury.
Yeah, rolled his ankle in their first exhibition game.
Many didn't think they'd play her tonight.
Winston to Brown in the corner, and it goes. Another assist for Cassius Winston.
See, there is the IQ of Winston. He knew in his penetration he had a chance to go left or right. He went right because he knows Brown is a three-point specialist. That is just a good basketball IQ.
Sees the floor beautifully, keeps his dribble alive.
A lot of people say he can't play at the next level. I'm not convinced of that. Some guys have that winner's mentality. You just want them as winners on your club.
Ball still live. Everybody stopped for a moment. Now here come the Spartans with numbers. Henry. Well, that would have been a big one for the Spartans.
Ball goes to his hands. You know it's happening. It's 3-ball time.
Yeah. Top, Richards can't. Tillman calling for it, got a Richards on him, kick back out, Arns for three.
He can do that. Arns coming off an injury. He has the ability to shoot the three. And the 3-ball will get you back in the game. Now they're back in single digits.
And another guy who brings experience and toughness to the Michigan State team, two things that Tom Izzo really values. Drive by Hagans.
Another one empty on a drive.
Yep.
Beats the guy to the goal, and came up empty.
And a great save by Winston. Henry. And he banks it home, and it's a 6-point game.
That's a big-time move right there. A big-time move. Great first step. Explodes to the goal.
Boy, a lightning-quick 7-0 run now by the Spartans.
These teams are 1 and 2 because they don't go away. You know, they're going to keep coming after you. There's a lot of talent on the floor. They're well coached. Look at both guys. Both guys coach like that.
And another foul.
And I can't believe it. There's 3 of us.
His coach is on his side.
And I'm saying him on his side right there, too, because really, there was no foul.
Whitney elevates at the free throw line. Richards the offensive rebound.
Just spun to the baseline and had himself a dunk. Drop step. And UB Brown here teach them how to make that drop step on a baseline. UB is a great clinician.
Hagans lost it. Richards finds it but can't finish. And Michigan State again on a run, 7-0 run. Kentucky has not scored in a while. Rocket Watts, we haven't heard from him in a while as he misses the 3.
He's had a tough time shooting the 3.
Maxey with a burst of speed. Tough baseline runner.
Tremendous baseline shot right there, Maxey. Man, he can play for me any day of the week. That guy is a winner. He's got great, superb quickness.
Henry, beautiful drive.